Okay, so the last shot I'll show you is this one here in the cave. So obviously first you gotta plan it out again, just do your storyboards, then you shoot all your live action footage with the actors. Here's how some of the footage looks. And then once you have that, then you have to sort of create the scene. And this one was created entirely in 3D in Maya 2012. And here's how it looks, just the background by itself. Camera just again moves from right to left, and then it goes here to another sort of a empty space here, some rocks there and things like that. And I already created a little space here, like a fire pit, where I'm going to place the flames. And then it just goes into dark. So to create a scene like this in Maya 2012, I'm again just going to take the simple object. So for example, in this case, a plane. Just drag it here, and I'll adjust the settings here for this plane. So I go in polyplane and make it just kind of subdivide it, so we have more points to play with. And then I here go to choose my vertex and just start adjusting it. And first thing that I do is sort of a basic shape that looks sort of like this. So this, and then like that, because all I really need is I need this sort of this back wall. So if you look at this shape like that, I'm just gonna have the camera looking from this point of view. Here is going to be our floor and our back wall here, and the camera is just going to move across. And once I have this basic shape, then I can go sort of from the top and I can adjust, pull out some of the points, make it for example bigger in here, then it can get smaller, and go off to this side. So just sort of things like that, just play around with it, make it a little bit irregular since it is a cave. And right there you start having this sort of a small room and a bigger room. And then I start adding in those sort of columns that you see there, in the final scene. So here, for example, is this basic column that I created. And right now it's very basic looking, like very square, edgy. But at the end we're gonna apply an overall smoothing up here, which you do here in when you go to polygons, mesh, and then go smooth. And you see right away it just makes all the corners kind of nicer looking. And so once I have one of these, I'll just add another one. So here you can see all these columns are already in place. I create my camera that you can see up here. That just again moves from right to left. And here if you look through the camera, it just looks sort of like this. So see the first column, here's where the fire is going to be. Second column, then here's this big room. Then once I have that, then I can start adding in some basic textures here to our walls. And I also created just a plane here where I just load in my footage, for example, of the cavemen, which was up here, and then I start putting in basic fire effects. And these were actually created in Maya just as a test. I didn't actually end up using this in the final video. In the final video, I just instead, got real footage of just flames that I comped, on top of the final scene. And so the last thing, that I do is just add in all those sort of more detailed textures here. I create also, you can see just these little rocks, just again simple spheres that I end up just pushing and pulling the points to create, an illusion of rocks, some sticks here for the fire. And then I place little lights up here. You can see this one, lights that will again light the scene. So very basic lighting, just one light here over this campfire, another one over this campfire, and then I added just these two sort of soft blue lights in the background, here and here, and that's it. And that's sort of how the scene looks. So if you look at it from the side or from the top, it doesn't look anything like a real cave. But once again, we're only going to be looking at that scene through this camera, and when you do that, it looks like this. You don't really have to build a whole cave, just whatever you're gonna see from the camera's point of view. So again, here's our fire pit, camera moves over, and we see the rest of the scene. And then you just render the scene out, and then import it into After Effects, and here's how the finished scene looks. So this is just the background, 3D background. And then now you can start placing all the live action elements. So First thing is the two cavemen, which is actually one of them is actually played by me. Here you can see it, and use your key light to remove the green screen up here, and here's how it looks. And you can use basically place it again as a 3D layer, and make sure that you also copy and you make the 3D camera in your After Effects scene move the same way that it moves in Maya, obviously, so the camera move matches. So you can actually just import the camera from Maya into After Effects. And again, this is just 2D image here that's been placed in 3D space. If you look at if we were to, for example, rotate it, see, it's an actual image that's we can rotate it here from the top and stuff like that. So it's not an actual 3D scene, just an illusion of a 3D scene. And then I do the same thing with the other footage of the other people in the cave. Then also another thing I add is, for example, the fire. So here's a few little flames you can see. I added. Then the next thing I'll add is just more flames that end up to just live action footage that looks sort of like this. Then we'll add here overall just glow to the flames, and then the last thing here is to add some smoke. So add some smoke just going up, and then that's it. That's your finished scene. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Once again, my name is Tom Antos. You can check out my channel, Tom Antos Films, where I have a bunch of other filmmaking tutorials, anything from how to use your camera, just basics, how to achieve nice depth of field, to camera angles, framing, that kind of stuff. And as always, subscribe and then rate and favorite this video since it helps me a lot, and helps the videos come out on searches so that other people can see the videos and also find out about my channel. And if you want to see my actual work, and for example like this finished video that I've used as an example in this tutorial, then go to my main channel, which is Polkan99. Thank you. See you next time.